Megan Hicks of I Run Far, and I'm with Marie McNaughton. It's 2 days before the 2018 Vibram Hong Kong 100K. We're here in downtown Hong Kong. I'm in your neck of the woods now. I am really like a fish out of water.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy here, especially if you're used to the country. There's a lot of people.
So this is our first interview with you, though I've seen you race a couple times and I've seen your results coming, across the board over and over. Can you talk about your background with running and how you got into doing these crazy long adventures?
I guess I always ran for fun and fitness in my 20s and 30s, but nothing serious. Just used to do a few runs a week on the treadmill and maybe a marathon a year, and I thought I thought I'd kind
of a marathon a year.
Yeah, I thought with like breaking a sub 3:30, I had sort of reached my athletic prowess. Yeah, I was pretty chuffed with myself at that point, and that was that. And then moved to Hong Kong and met up with some trail runners here, and as you've probably got to feel, the community is huge and deep and amazing, and there's a lot of enthusiasm, and did the Oxfam Trail Walker, which is a very famous race that covers 100k.
Okay.
On a course very similar to what we're going to do in Vibram.
Okay.
But it's a team race, so it has that whole team dynamic, which is amazing.
Like adventure racing, but just one sport.
Yeah, but you've got to cover the whole distance together. And yeah, I did that for the first time, and that was enough to get the bug for trail running, and from there I just started to train and race more and more. So that was probably 4 years ago now. Yeah.
Well, everyone I talk to here in Hong Kong has interesting accents, and yours is yours is Kiwi.
Yeah, but a bit of Kiwi, maybe sort of annihilated by about 15 years of London, I'm hoping, of living in London, and now here, like it's weird. My kids, I don't know what their accents are, kind of half American, half English, half, it's such a melting pot.
Yeah, so you're a mom with a job and kids and a whole life outside of running.
Yeah, I have 3 kids, 8, 6 and 4, and they keep me honest, and kind of. And I'm lucky, I have a part-time job, and it's very flexible. So I think that helps make it all work, really, in terms of the training and racing.
And as we were talking before this interview, you mentioned that your husband is also an ultra runner.
Yeah, he is. Well, I think I said he's a rugby player first.
Okay. He's a rugby player with an ultra running problem.
He's leaning in to trail running. No, he's done 200 Ks, and this weekend will be his first Hong Kong 100 attempt. So,
all right.
Yeah, he's pretty excited.
And so both of you are adult onset ultra runners then?
Yeah, that's absolutely right.
So I want to ask about this phenomenon of living in one of the global city metropolises, but having such an ornate trail system and such an ornate trail community. How does this work here? How did this come about?
Well, I think the government did a brilliant job, or at some point, I'm not sure on the history, of preserving a lot of national parks. So I'm not sure on the stats, but anywhere between 70 and I think, and some people say 90% of some of the areas is country park, government owned.
And so, when you go into these places, there's a big sign that says country park.
Yeah.
And so that means it's owned by the Hong Kong government?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay.
And within those parks, there's just really mature trail networks that are maintained by the government largely. And it's just vast, and it just means that, I guess, living in this busy city, you've got somewhere to go and escape from the mayhem, I guess, of everyday life.
Is escape the right verb for it? Literally, does it feel like you're escaping a bit?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, you definitely feel you appreciate it more here because of the contrast between the city and the country and countryside, and to also have the accessibility, which I don't think you get anywhere else in the world, where you can literally, even from here, I could get us on a trail in 5 minutes.
Okay.
Taxi and then straight up.
Head up the mountain.
Yeah, and you could almost say that from anywhere in Hong Kong, which is really cool.
Yeah.
And it means we can train very easily, and also we do a lot of night running. The trails are very safe. Hong Kong is a really safe city.
Okay.
So there's no bother about going out by yourself at night and going for a long run.
So work all day, do family stuff, and then fit in a run after dark when you need to.
Yeah. You don't necessarily have to do that get up at 5 a.m. stuff here. And also when it gets hot, because the heat is an issue in the summer, running at nighttime is a good time to train, so that helps.
So let's talk a little bit about you and your relationship with racing. You've only been doing trail ultras for a couple of years, but I guess from my outside position looking at the Hong Kong racing scene, you are one of the top females in this scene here, and you've had plenty of success already at the Vibram Hong Kong 100K in what I think of has to be the most competitive trail race that Hong Kong sees each year. Is that a fair assessment?
Yeah, absolutely. Because it's Ultra Trail World Tour, I think it draws in a lot of international athletes, and it has a big quota in terms of size, so I'm not sure what the limit is, but it's extremely high. A lot of the races, unfortunately, now are capped a little bit here, so the number
like
of...
the size,
a bit more like US races, right? So they're starting to get a bit stricter, and Hong Kong 100 has got a really deep field, so yeah.
And when I listen to people talk about you around here, they talk about how you're really good at running fast late in races. Are you just used to the terrain here that you stay strong when other people get tired, or is there some sort of light that turns on in you late in races that allows you to surge so hard? What's the story on you and your fast finishes?
I guess if I did have a strength, it would probably be my pacing.
Okay.
I think I do have a reasonably good feel of when I can push and when not to. And just being a little bit older, I hate to say that, I just don't feel comfortable running fast early on. It's like you'll hear me breathing really heavy. It's not a good look. So that helps me as well. So I tend to just take a while to warm up. And that sort of helps with the pacing of the race.
Taking a natural warm-up, a natural mature warm-up, right?
No, absolutely.
So going into this race this weekend, you've raced Hong Kong 100K 3 times before.
Yes.
And last year you were on the podium.
Yeah.
What sort of expectations or mindset do you bring into Saturday's race?
Well, I think I just want to try and improve on my time.
Okay.
It's kind of your goal for every race, especially when you're running the same course, which you don't always get to do. So just to chip away at that time, and wherever that lands me, it lands me. But that's my goal.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, best of luck to you. It's been great to meet you, and I look forward to chasing you around the course on Saturday.
Thanks, Megan. Thanks very much.
Good luck.
Thank you.